looking at conversions, all right, there's a little rhyme that can help you with your conversions, okay? Some teachers use King Henry, all right, for this rhyme, all right? I quite like this one. Kangaroos hop down mountains during cold months. Kangaroos hop down mountains during cold months. So, how does this help you? Okay, if we're starting with kangaroos, kangaroos start with kilo. Okay, so if we're looking at kilo, in other words, it's kind of like our kilometers, kilometers. Okay. Hop stands for hectometers. We don't really deal a lot with hectometers in South Africa and as students, but hectometers is another term that we use. Then we've got decameters. Again, not really something we use a lot in South Africa. Meters. Then we have decimeters, so little d. Centimeters. And then we have millimeters. Now, why is it important to learn the rhyme if we don't really use them? So kangaroos hop down mountains during cold months, right? The reason why it's important to learn the rhyme like that is because as we move down this way, right, we can see that what is going to happen as we move down. We can see that as we shift down, we are timesing by 10 each time. And we're going to practice this, I promise. Okay? And when we go the opposite way, when we shift up, we're going to divide by 10 each time. And divide by 10. All right, so, ma'am, what do you mean? Okay, ma'am, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Well, when we're using length and we're using it for perimeter, okay, 10 millimeters, so if we have millimeters, what do we do to convert millimeters to centimeters? Well, there's the millimeters. We need to move that away. We need to move up. So what do? We're going to divide by 10 to get to 1 centimeter. So 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. Okay, 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. All right. Another way to look at that, and the way that I've always remembered it, is I look at my ruler. Okay, I always have my ruler with me in the exam or the test. On my one side of my ruler, I've got centimeters. On the other side of my ruler, I have millimeters. And I can normally see that 1 centimeter equals 10. Or I can go and learn my rhyme, and I can see that 10 millimeters, 10 divided by 10 is going to give me 1 centimeter. All right. 1 millimeter, so here I am at 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter, to get to centimeters, what must I do? I must divide by 10. So 1 divided by 10 gives me 1 over 10. Right. If I'm at centimeters, so here I am at centimeters, okay, and I want to get to meters, what do I need to do? I need to go divide by 100 and then divide by another 100. Divide by 10 and then divide by another 10, which is the same thing as dividing by 100. So 100 centimeters divided by 100 is going to give me 1 meter. And if I have 1 centimeter and I divide it by 100, it's going to give me 1 over 100 meters. Right. take away our highlighters here and let's do the next one. Oh dear, sorry guys. Okay, let's have a look at our next one. Right. Now we're looking at going from millimeters to meters. So here we are at millimeters. Okay, I'm going to go and erase a whole lot of stuff so we can see properly. Let's go and erase a whole lot of stuff here. I'm going to erase a whole lot of stuff here. So they want me to go from millimeters to meters. If I'm going from millimeters to meters, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So divide by 10 because I'm going this way. Divide by 10 because I'm going this way. Divide by 10 because I'm going this way. So in other words, how many zeros do I have? 1, 2, 3. So that's the same as dividing by 1,000. So 1,000 millimeters divided by 1,000 gives me 1 meter. But that's the same thing as saying 1 millimeter divided by 1,000 gives me 1 over 1,000 meters. All right. And lastly, 1,000 meters. So let's go have a look at our meters. So here we are at our meters, and we need to get to our kilometers. So we're going 1, 2, 3 again. So divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. So 1, 2, 3 zeros again. So that's 1,000. So 1,000 meters divided by 1,000 gives me 1 kilometer. And that's the same thing as saying 1 meter divided by 1,000 is going to give me 1 over 1,000 kilometers. All right, so kangaroos hop down mountains during cold months. Kangaroos hop down mountains during cold months. Okay. To convert from a smaller unit to a large one, we divide by 10, 100, or 1,000. To convert from a bigger unit to a smaller one, we multiply by 10, 100, or 1,000. All right, we're going to go have a look at square measures a little bit later on. I want us to practice using these ones that we've already done. So I'm going to move that off our screen for now. Okay, I want you to have a look at those first 4 for me, and I want you guys to go and try those for me. So you're converting from centimeters to millimeters and from millimeters to centimeters. Go and have a look at those for me. All right, go have a look at those for me. Write them down on your page that you've got them written down. Remember, maths and active sports. Okay, active subject, not just watching. So make sure you've written them down. I'm going to give you 1 more minute to try those out. All right, let's go give them a try. So, Omar, let's start with you. Hi, Omar.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Finding you.
I'm okay.
Right, let's go, Amar. 1A, 6 centimeters. What do I do? Times or divide?
You times it by 10
Good.
and it
And
will be
what's my answer going to
60,
be? Well
60
done.
millimeters.
So I'm going to times by 10. I'm going to get to 60 millimeters. Well done, Umar. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Do you want to do B with me as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do what to get to millimeters again?
Times it by 10,
Good. And I'm going to get
90.
millimeters. Thanks, Umar. Nice
No
and easy,
problem.
hey? Thanks,
Yes.
Umar. Bye. All right. Okay, let's see here. I did have somebody else's hand up who was next, but I see they've put their hand down. Okay, let's go. Tando. Hi, Tando.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thanks. Right, Tando. 2A. Let's go. Millimeters to centimeters. What must I do?
Ma'am, we divide by 10.
Good. Right, so 50 millimeters. How many centimeters?
5 centimeters.
Good. And for B, 100 millimeters. How many centimeters?
10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. Well done. Thanks, Tando.
Welcome, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Don't worry. There's many more to come. Everybody else who had their hands up, I promise there's a lot more questions tonight. So let's go have a look at the next 4. Oh, dear. Page is changing color tonight. It's bored of that gray. All right. Let's go have a look. Let's put another 6 up because you guys were so quick that time. Okay. Next 6. All right. So again, we're converting centimeters to millimeters. Go and have a look at those ones for me. Go try them out first. Write them down on your page. Go give them a try. All right, make sure you've written them down so that you've got some practice. Okay, really important that we get the practice in, guys. Very, very important. Okay. All right, 1 more minute. All right. Let's go and give it a try. So, Ramsey has been dancing at me this whole time. So, Ramsey, let's go. 3A and 3B. Hi, Ramsey.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, you, ma'am.
Good. Right, Ramsey. 3A. 1 centimeter. How many millimeters?
It's 10 millimeters, ma'am.
Awesome. So we times. And then 8
By
centimeters. How many millimeters?
8 millimeters, ma'am.
80. Well done. Too easy. It's too easy this lesson tonight, eh?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Ramsey. All right. Okay. Shandy, I see you dancing as well. Hi, Shandy.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Right, Shandy, 7A. 70 millimeters. How many centimeters?
7 centimeters.
Well done. You divided, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And B?
That's 3 centimeters.
Well done. You divided again. Well done, Shandy. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, let's go with Lungawa. Hi, Lungawa.
Hi,
Oh, there you are. Hi, Lungawa.
I'm fine and you, ma'am?
Good. Right, Lungawa, let's go. 40 millimeters. How many centimeters?
4 centimeters.
Good. And B, 20 millimeters. How many centimeters?
2 centimeters.
Well done. Nice and easy. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's finish them off. Oh dear. Before we do those ones, let's finish off these easy ones. Oh goodness. And let's bring in some kilometers at the same time. With some decimals down there for you. Okay. Go have a look at those ones for me. Okay, so I'm throwing in some decimals there for you guys. I'm going to make it a bit bigger for you on the screen so you can see nicely. See, Daisy. There we go. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 more minute, I think, and then I'm going to ask Mr. Hugo if he can drop all your hands, because all these hands are up before. Everyone's just got their hands up all night tonight, Mr. Hugo, I'm telling you.
At least they seem to have realized my rule. When I put it down, then they keep it down. Thanks, guys.
Very good. Well done, guys. But I also think maybe the decimals, those ones are a bit tricky, Mr. Hugo.
They are, but they can figure it out. I have faith
They
in
got it.
them.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody's heard this before, but the decimal, the place of the comma and the zeros are connected somehow. They have like they go way back. They have like a relationship.
That's right, Mr. Hugo. I think maybe if some of us are a little bit confused with decimals, there's some lessons on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, with all the decimal lessons that they did, the grade 7s did at the beginning of the year as well.
That is true, and I have shared the link.
Thanks, Mr. Hugo. All right, guys. So let's start with the nice ones. So let's go with Itandile. Hi, Itandile.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Itandile, let's start with you. So let's go. 6A. What's the answer there? 50 millimeters equals how many centimeters?
50 millimeters is 5 centimeters.
Well done. And B? 60 millimeters equals?
6 centimeters.
Well done. Thank you so much, Itandile.
Pleasure, ma'am.
All right. Now we're going to move on to the millimeters to kilometers. So I'm going to go to, who hasn't spoken here yet? Let's go to Brianna. Hi, Brianna. Oh, Brianna disappeared. Okay. Let's go to Jaden. Hi, Jaden.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Right, Jaden. What do I need to do to go from meters to kilometers, Jaden?
Ma'am, you divide by 1,000.
Divide, are you sure? Meters to kilometers? Think about our list. Are we multiplying? Good. Good, we're multiplying. Good. Okay, so if we're multiplying, all right, what's our answer going to be?
Yeah, but so I knew the formula, but it was hard to figure out the answer.
Oh dear. Okay, so we needed to multiply by 1,000. Okay, good. So my screen also gave up there. My screen was like, done. That was too hard, that one. All right, so let's get my screen to reconnect for us quickly.
I think I got the answer.
Okay, talk to me while my screen's reconnecting, while it's not doing the meltdown. You talk to me. How did you get the answer?
So my answer was 7,500, 7,513 kilometers.
You're amazing. That's the right answer. Well done. 7,500. Let's share my screen. Okay, so your answer was 7,513 kilometers. Well done. So what did you do? You times by 1,000. Well done. Nice. And all right. So thank you, Jaden, for helping me out with that one. I'm going to get someone to help me with the next hard one. Thanks, Jaden. Okay, let's go. Unati. Hi, Unati.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Right, Unati, you're going to help me with B.
I will try.
Okay, Unati, what do I need to do to get to B? What do I do to convert meters to kilometers? Oh, Unati, you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do I need to do?
You. Isn't it the no? Or times in
Okay, let's go check because I just got a message from Umar and I think he's right. I think while I was trying to convert my oh, Umar, you are right. I was trying to get my computer to work and Umar is completely right. I'm so sorry, Jaden. I was incorrect here. Okay, so let's go check again. Nati, you ready? You with me? So to convert from meters to kilometers, what do we need to do? Stay with me, Nati. Okay, so apologies, Jaden. I think I was so distracted when I was trying to get the computer to work. All right, so here we are. We're at meters, hey? And we need to get to kilometers. Here we go. So we're meters. So 1, 2, 3. Are you with me, Unati?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're dividing by 10, dividing by 10, and dividing by
See.
10, hey? So what do we need to do when we're going from meters to kilometers? We are dividing by 1, 2, 3. We're dividing by 1,000, hey? So in other words, if we've got 7,513 meters, how do we convert that into kilometers? We need to move this comma 3 times, hey? So we're going to have 0, 0. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. 0, 0, 7, 5, 1, 3. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
and if we're
ma'am.
doing this one, we're going to have 0, 0, 1, 5, 0, 8, 7.
7.
Okay, so we need to divide it by 1,000. Whoopsie, we made a mistake. All right. Thanks, Unati. Did you learn something?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Thanks, Unati. All right, guys. Those ones were hard. Okay. I want you guys to go and try the next 2 for me. Go try those next 2. Okay, go try the next 2. Go have a look. Okay, go try those next 2 for me. Right. These are trickier ones than what we used to. Right. And when I said 2, I meant 4. Apologies. I meant the next 2 lines. Okay, these are the last ones we're going to do, and then we're going to look at squares. How's it going with all these commas, all these decimals, which I know you guys aren't always a fan of, but I know you're trying really hard, so I'm really proud of you tonight. Well done, guys. It's a lot of decimals, I know. Right. Got about 30 seconds left. Okay, let's go with Amishle. Hi, Amishle.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good and you, ma'am.
I'm okay, thanks. Right, Amishle, let's go. 2A. Help me out.
Ma'am, for 2A, I got 0,017
Well done.
065.
Well done. Cool. All right. Can you help me out with B now? What's going to happen with B? Are we going to times or are we going to divide?
Divide, ma'am.
Are you sure to get from kilometers to meters? Let's go up to our drawing quickly. Let's go up to that kangaroo thing. Okay. So kangaroos hop down
Down.
mountains. Hey. So which way are we going now? We're going the opposite way. Hey. What happens when we move
Yes,
the
ma'am.
opposite way? What's going to happen? We're going to
Times, ma'am.
times. Careful. And how many times are we timesing?
Times 1,000, ma'am.
Times 1,000. Good. So we timesing 0, 0,6 by 1,000. And what happens when we have 0, 0,6 times 1,000? What's 0, 0,6 times 1,000? I love that answer. Oh, that's what I would have said as well. 0, 0,6 times 1,000. So let's have a look. We've got 0, 0,6. And do you agree there's a whole lot of zeros here, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
So we want to move the comma how many times? How many zeros are there in 1,000?
3. There are 3 zeros,
3
ma'am.
zeros. So we're going to move it 3 times, hey? So 1,
Yes, ma'am.
2, 3, hey? Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So my answer is going to be 600. Technically, I could say 600, 0,000,000 for the end of time. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's my answer going to be? It's going to be 600 meters. Happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
All right, so I've got 3A. Who's going to help me with 3A? Okay, let's go Hoitze. Hi, Hoitze.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And how are you, ma'am?
I'm okay, thanks. Right, let's do 3A together. What did you get?
0,005,701.
Well done. And what about B? Did you times or did you divide?
You times.
Well done. And what did you get?
200.
Well done, Rockstar. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thanks, ma'am. Bye.
Okay, guys, so we've practiced doing our timesing, our dividing, our normal ones. What I want to have a look at now is what happens if these numbers are squared, okay? What happens if these numbers are squared? All right, so let's have a look. When we have squared numbers, so this table thing is a little bit confusing. I'm going to go insert a table for myself for you, okay? All right. Let's go to our normal ones quickly. Let's use the calculator. The ruler ones that we know, everybody. All right. So we know that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeter. Everybody knows that one. Do you agree? That one's on your ruler. That's the one we know. We know that one off by heart. Everyone good with me? Everyone's okay with that one? We're good with that one, hey? All right. Now, when I've got squared numbers now, all right, remember we've got equations, and I said to you guys the other day when we were doing equations in class and revision, I said to you that an equal sign is kind of like having a mirror. And when you have a mirror, whatever happens on the one side of the mirror happens on the other side of the mirror. It's like having a reflection, okay? So if I had this reflection going on in this equation, all right, and I had to go on this side and put some brackets, and I had to square it, whatever I had to say on this side of the mirror, I would have to say on this side of the mirror. All right, so all I've done is I've gone and put brackets. Whatever I've done on the one side of the mirror, I had to do on the other side of the mirror. So that means 1 squared, so 1 times 1, because that's what squared means. Remember when we did squared numbers? 1 times 1 gives me 1 centimeter squared. 10 squared, what's 10 times 10, guys? Tell me in the chat, what's 10 times 10? What's 10 squared? What's 10 squared? 10 times 10, because that's what 10 squared means, hey? 10 times 10? Good. 10 squared is 100 millimeters squared. All right. So when I have 1 centimeter squared, it's the same thing as saying 100 millimeters squared. Okay. Let's practice that a little bit more. All right, let's practice that a little bit more. Okay. If I had to have 1 meter, I know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. All right. But if I had to go and bring in my mirror here, okay, what does my mirror tell me? Whatever I do to the one side, I must always do to the other side, okay? Okay. So that means that 1 times 1, which is 1 squared, right? 1 meter squared is equal to 100 squared. What's 100 times 100, guys? What's 100 squared? 100 times 100. Who knows? What's 100 times 100? 100 squared. Good, well done. 10, 4 zeros, centimeters squared. So 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, but 1 meter squared equals 10,000 centimeters squared. Okay. All right. If we had to carry on going, okay, and we had to do some more conversions here, we could say, okay, that 1 meter equals how many millimeters are in 1 meter? Can you remember? In 1 millimeter, there are 1,000 millimeters, hey? Should we go check? Let's go check. So in 1 meter, there are 1, 2, 3, 1,000, okay, millimeters, hey? All right. So, oh wait, am I lying to you? Let's go double check. Okay, so in 1 meter, there are 1, 2, 3, 1,000. Yes. Okay. So if I have 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. Right. Guys, I see that there's somebody saying that they can't see the screen. If you can't see my screen, try clicking on my face. I know that Unati told us a little while ago that if you're having trouble seeing the screen, it's because maybe you've clicked somewhere else. Click on my face and maybe that will help as well, okay? So 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So if we want to look what the squares are, I'm going to go to this side and square it. Whatever I do to the one side, I must always do to the other side. 1 squared is 1. So 1 meter squared is equal to 1,000 squared. So 1,000 times 1,000 is the same as saying 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 millimeters squared. So whatever I do to the one side, when I square the one side, I must also square the other side. Right. So in other words, guys, when you have squared units, you must always remember that it's not the same as normal conversions, okay? We always need to think about the squaring of those units. Right. Let's go practice and let's see if we can get the answers. Okay, so it's always good to practice it, right? It's good to see it in the theory and that kind of thing, but it's also always good to practice it. So maybe try take a screenshot of everything we've done. Okay, so that you've got the theory there. So take a screenshot. You've got the theory. Okay. Take a screenshot so you've got the theory, and now we're going to go put it into practice. And the more you practice, the better we're going to get at it. Okay. All right, so let's go do some practice and then I promise I'll answer any questions you might have, okay? Let's have a look at some practice questions. All right. So if I'm looking at my practice questions, the first question says to me, I want to go from meters squared. Do you see this? This is the thing that's telling me I'm going from squared to squared. Okay. So I always say to myself, if I'm going from squared to squared, I'm going to start with the ones first. So I know 1 meter equals 100 centimeter. Okay, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. That's just the meters and centimeters. What do I need to do to both sides? I need to square both sides, okay? Okay, so 1 squared is going to give me 1 meter squared, and 100 times 100 is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters squared. Right, so now I know to get from meters squared to centimeters squared, right? 1 meter squared equals 10,000 centimeters squared. So if I've got 15 meters squared, how many centimeters squared am I going to have? Well, I'm going to have 15. And how many zeros do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try at least 2 more and then I'm going to take questions. Let's try 2 more and then I promise I'll take your questions. Okay, let's try 2 more. Put 2 more into practice and then we'll take questions. All right. Okay, it's always good to try them first before we take questions. So let's practice first. Okay. All right. Now we need to go from centimeters to millimeters. So we know that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. Okay, 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. But we're not just looking for centimeters and millimeters. Remember, we need to look for squared. All right, so whatever we do to the one side, we must do to the other side. So we're going to have 1 centimeter squared is equal to 10 squared gives me 100 millimeters squared. So if I've got 5 centimeters squared, how many millimeters squared am I going to have? Lecho, you are absolutely correct. Lecho is right. It's going to be 500 millimeters squared. Well done. Jabulile, well done. Nice. 500 millimeters, be careful, squared. Christian, well done. Well done. Millimeters squared. Well done, guys. Okay. Well done, Amishle. Well done. Well done, guys. Okay. One more, and then I'm going to see if there's any questions. So, now we're going from centimeters to meters. Ooh. Centimeters to meters. So, 1 centimeter is equal to, let's go back to our kangaroos. Okay, let's go back to our kangaroos. All right, let's do some erasing here. Okay, I want to go from centimeters to meters. So from centimeters to meters. What am I doing, guys? I'm dividing by 1, 2. So that means I'm dividing by 100, hey? So I'm dividing by 100. Okay. So 1 centimeter is going to be equal to 1 over 100 meters. Okay. All right. Now, whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the other side. So I square that side, and I square that side. Okay. So here, I'm left with 1 centimeter squared equals 1 squared is 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4 meters squared. Okay. So here, what are we going to have? We're going to have, I need to take 20 and I need to divide it by 10,000. So that means that I need to move this comma, which is sitting over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 0,002 meters squared. Or you can say 20 like that as well. That's also fine. Meters squared. Okay, be careful. We're not dividing by 100. What are we dividing by? We're dividing by 10,000. Why 10,000? Because it's meters squared. Because it's meters squared. Okay, so not 100, we're dividing by 10,000. All right, so Mr. Hugo is going to put the quiz in the chat for you guys. While Mr. Hugo is putting the quiz in the chat, if there's anyone who doesn't understand, you're welcome to stay so you can ask some questions. Right? If you don't have any questions, you are more than welcome to go and to do the quiz. And we will see you guys on Monday when we release our quiz results to you. For those who may have questions, you are more than welcome to stay and ask your questions. So I'm starting with Shady. So Shady, what is your question?
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Ma'am, when you're squaring, do you have to put brackets in between or do you not have to?
So I put brackets in between because there's those like centimeters and meters. And if I don't, then I'm going to forget. I'm just going to go and square the letters and I'm going to forget to square the numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. So in high
Yeah.
school, is it a must to have the brackets?
Absolutely. Yes, definitely. Brackets are really important. You'll see Shady, I put brackets on everything. Have you noticed that when I do my maths? I love putting brackets. Okay, brackets are really important. Even in high school, they're really important.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. No probs. All right, Brianna was next. Hi, Brianna.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, what's up?
Ma'am, that part where you convert, ma'am, can you please go back there, ma'am?
Sure, no problem. So that extra page that I was writing on, this one,
No, ma'am, the other one.
the other one, the first one, this one.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Ma'am,
take a
so
photo,
they're
yeah?
down there. Ma'am, so they're down there, ma'am. So what if, ma'am, let's say, is there another method of doing it?
Of doing the squares.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the other method of doing. So you'll see here, it says 10 squared millimeters squared. So they have their 100. 1,000 squared equals 1 million. So it's exactly the same as what I did, except I use brackets. So it's pretty
Oh.
much exactly the same.
Ma'am, and
Except
one
to
more
me,
thing.
yeah,
Can you scroll down so I can take a screenshot, ma'am?
always, no problem. There you go.
Um,
No problem, Brianna. Can I
Thank
answer
you,
another
ma'am.
question? You're welcome. Do you want me to move down some more?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. There you go, Brianna. Thanks, Brianna.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just gonna answer. Mulalo's asking me how long does it take for Toby to post a video? Mulalo, it's normally like the next day or maybe even the day after, but it's normally super, super quick. All right, Lungawa.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, what's up, my love?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask where there is a square root. I don't understand.
Where there's a square root?
Where you convert it into kilometers and centimeters.
Where you're converting into kilometers and centimeters. So like not at the top here, hey, where we did it at the top. Lungawa, where did you
Yes,
go?
ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right, so like at this page here, this stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I would suggest is maybe, do you know when the video gets posted, all right, I would suggest go watch the video. Then when I start here, pause, write it down, the first thing, okay? Then play the video, then pause, write down the second step again. Do you know what I mean? So you're doing it like step by step with me, but in slow-mo. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So just go over it again, because I think that if you had to go over it again, I think that you'll actually be fine.
Okay.